Hey, real question. Do you still believe in fairy tales? Because lately it feels like we've all kind of stopped. Once upon a time, fairy tales inspired us. They taught us something. They helped us feel. Now they spark backlash, press tours, and hot takes on Twitter. So today, I want to ask, have we fallen out of love with fairy tales? And in trying to modernize them, have we actually lost the plot? I'm Evelyn Bonella, an actor, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Look, fairy tales were never really about castles and gowns and glass slippers. They were always about transformation. A girl goes into the woods and comes out changed. A curse breaks, a kingdom wakes up. They were metaphors for grief, for growing up, for self-worth. They gave us something to hold on to when life got scary. And whether it was Cinderella or Beauty and the Beast, those stories told us, you are worthy, keep going, something beautiful is coming. Were they perfect? Of course not. But they weren't meant to be guides for real life. They are mirrors, symbolic, emotional, universal. But now, it feels like we don't trust fairy tales anymore. We pick them apart. We rewrite them with bullet points. Disney's new Snow White is a perfect example. The 2025 version is already controversial, not because it's diverse, not because it's modern, but because it feels like it forgot what the story was even about. Suddenly, Snow White doesn't dream of love. She doesn't need anyone. There's no prince, no romance, no wonder. And maybe that sounds empowering, but it also sounds kind of hollow. See, the original Snow White wasn't just about a prince saving her. It was about innocence and trust and the danger of envy. It was about light in the face of darkness. By stripping that away and replacing it with Strong Girl Goes Solo, we lose the emotional journey. It's not that stories can't evolve, it's that sometimes in trying to make them correct, we forget to make them human. Now, I want to be clear, I am a feminist. I believe in complex women, strong women, messy women, but we don't need to kill the magic to be seen. We don't need to erase fairy tales to empower the next generation. We need to deepen them. Take Moana, no love interest, but still full of heart. Or Encanto, a story about emotional pressure, identity, and healing. That's what modern fairy tales can be. But some of these reboots, they feel like corporate feminism in costume, like a checklist of what not to do instead of story about what matters. Because when you focus only on the message, you lose the metaphor, you lose the heart, and worst of all, you lose the magic. Maybe the real question isn't what's wrong with fairy tales. Maybe it's what's wrong with us? Are we too cynical for stories with wonder in them? Are we too distracted to believe in things we can't explain? Fairy tales work when we let them mean something. When we allow them to say things we're scared to say out loud. About loss, about longing, about transformation. And honestly, that's why indie films are succeeding where Disney sometimes fails. Movies like Wolf Walkers, Coraline, even The Secret of Kells, they don't try to fix the formula, they honour the feeling. They remind us that the old stories still matter, not because they're dated, but because they speak to something timeless. So let me ask you, what was the last fairy tale that truly made you feel something? Please leave a comment below. I'd love to hear what stuck with you. And if you're ready to bring real magic back into storytelling, like, subscribe, and share this with someone who still believes in once upon a time, because the world hasn't outgrown fairy tales. Well, not completely. It's just waiting for someone to tell them right.